Too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. Hey, I'm the birthday coach, Jeremy Ryan, saying you were born for more. You deserve more love, happiness, and success, and I try to help you do that with the secrets of astrology. How to create some momentum in your life, miracles, opportunity, blessings. You know, we do this with the planet Jupiter in the natal chart. If you can learn to move your Jupiter, you can move into the realm of blessings, miracle, healing, faith. Now, I know some people are going to have trouble with me talking about the spiritual side of things, but as an astrologer, I am a spiritual person. In my former life, meaning before I was a full-time astrologer and moved into open universal spirituality, I was a minister. I was a ordained minister. I don't regret the years that I was in an organized religion because I experienced firsthand what faith can do. Faith really can move mountains. Faith really can open doors of opportunity. Even if you aren't a religious person and you listen to motivational speakers, you listen to new thought people, they'll talk about speaking positive. They'll talk about having faith in your goals and believing you can do something. So whether you come from the religious side or a motivational, positive thinking side, there is something to faith. Believing in the impossible, believing in your good, believing in a helping hand from a higher source. Now, there's an old scripture that says, according to the power that worketh in you. It says God can do abundantly above all that you ask or think according by the power working, moving, flowing through you. Faith is an energy. Everything is energy. Everything. There's high energy, low energy, good energy, bad energy, whatever you want to call it. Life is made up of energy. Scientists even says everything is energy. Nothing truly perishes. It just changes and transforms into different energy. Just like when we die, our soul lives forever. It's being transformed. It's going into a different energy form. Just like an ice cube can be steam, it can be water, it can be solid. It changes its form, its manifestation, but its essence is still the same. The essence of your soul remains the same. Hopefully you are growing it through faith, through your own spiritual practices. So when you transition out of this body, you're better than when you first came in as a baby. Hopefully that's the goal of being a human. So I have seen God move in my life. I've seen God move in my ministry. And even though I no longer believe in a certain religion, a certain dogma, meaning only one certain way to experience God or to touch God or to feel God, it doesn't take away that I believe there's a God, that I believe there's a higher energy. But that energy is working through me. It's flowing through me. And how do we get that energy of miracles, the energy of blessings, the energies of open doors? And you know what I'm talking about, where you were in a situation and you didn't think you were going to get the money, or you were going to get the job, or you were going to get some kind of answer to your lack. And you prayed or you asked out for help, and miraculously out of nowhere, Spirit moves on somebody's hearts and they provide you the resources you need. The job comes through, or another person you didn't even expect comes through. Resources came to your need. A lot of times when you didn't even understand how, by simply asking and believing and putting it out to a higher source. Well, astrology is no different, my friends. Astrology is all about energy. Every planet is an energy that you can tap into, that you can channel, that you can get into the rhythm of. And to create miracles, to create opportunities. I want you to have the best opportunities. I want you to have open doors. I want you to have joy and happiness. All these good things, these positive vibrations. I want that to be a part of your daily experience. Well, how do we operate how do we get into this energy that creates better opportunities for my personal life? It's through Jupiter. The planet Jupiter. Jupiter is considered the great benefactor. What's benefactor? It's the benefits. I want astrology to benefit you. I want it to bless you. I want it to empower you. And for that to happen, you got to figure out where is your Jupiter in your natal chart. The chart, it's your astrology chart, your birth chart. The moment you were born, the day you were born, the very second you breathed, all the planets were in a certain configuration. Just like a Rubik's Cube. There's a certain configuration to you. And if you can figure out the configuration, you can figure yourself out and also help yourself. And so when we're talking about miracles, blessings, and we're talking about faith, that is the planet Jupiter in the natal chart. Jupiter is considered the planet of faith. It rules traditionally Sagittarius and the ninth house. The ninth house is the higher philosophies, the higher ideas. I hope you have some higher beliefs because you're going to be miserable if you don't. In my opinion, maybe you don't. Maybe you say, I don't need to have a higher belief. That's a belief in itself. We all have beliefs. We all choose to believe something. You know, some people say, well, you're believing a lie. The word belief has lie, L-I-E, right in the middle of it. I want you to choose the right story to believe in to empower yourself. And so to get the right beliefs, the right stories, the right opportunities, the energy of faith, if faith opens doors, if faith creates miracles, if positive belief creates opportunity, then how do you do that? You do that through the sign that Jupiter is in and the house that Jupiter is in. So for example, if you got Jupiter in Aries, you create opportunities by taking initiation right away. See, Aries is about pioneering. It's about getting out there in front of everybody. Your faith gets activated when you don't wait for the approval of others. When you do not wait for other people to necessarily agree with you, but you go ahead and act upon your instinct, act upon your intuition. Just bam, you get a good idea that sets you on fire. Because an Aries Jupiter, they're going to feel the Holy Spirit like a electric jolt. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. I just thought of this idea. This is a great idea. That little spark for an Aries Jupiter is what you should act on right away. And it will open up doors of opportunity. It will create momentum. But if you're a Jupiter Aries and you get that little, that's a great idea, but you don't act, and you're like, let me give it a couple weeks to think about it, you'll see that you'll actually lose the faith for that idea. You'll lose the momentum. You'll lose the drive to make things happen. Why? Because Aries is about acting quickly. It's about being brave. It's about going into the unknown. And so Jupiter, the planet of faith, if it's in Aries, needs you to be more bold with your actions and more quick, and not allow doubt to talk you out of taking action or allow fear to slow you down. So, and let's say you don't got Jupiter in Aries, but Jupiter's in the first house. It's the same thing because Aries is a traditional ruler of the first house. Jupiter in the first house still means you got to act on what you want. You got to go after what you want with gusto, with, high momentum, because first house is about your needs. So sometimes, for those that have Jupiter in the first, you need to put yourself first. If you want to see doors of opportunity open, you got to be the one to create it. To the power, the God who works in me. A Jupiter in the first says, doors will open, but you got to do the knocking. You want the job? You go talk to the president yourself. You go talk to the CEO. Don't wait for anyone. Don't wait for permission. You will create your own opportunities. You got that Jupiter in the first or Jupiter in Aries, right? And so we just go through and look at it. Like, if you get, let's just say Jupiter in the third house, right? Well, the third house is our communication. It's what we're speaking. And so for you, law of attraction is really going to be important, because the law of attraction says your dominant thoughts, or what you're talking about, what's coming out of your mouth, is going to influence your actions. We want miracles. We want opportunity. We want blessings. Jupiter in the third says you need to talk about your blessings. You need to talk about the good things. And don't wait for something really big to happen before you give thanks verbally. You go ahead and you begin to point out through the day every little blessing. Oh, thank you that I got that green light. Oh, thank you for that parking spot. Oh, man, didn't you see how they really like my presentation at my job? I'm glad I have a job. I'm looking forward to getting a raise. You see, that third house is communication, right? So it's important that you're not complaining, that you're not talking negative, that you're not, magnifying your problems. Because for Jupiter in the third or Jupiter in Gemini, if you're just naggy, it's not going to change your energy. Your energy is going to go down. Your energy is going to get depleted. So you want, with that Jupiter in Gemini, you just want to tell everybody you see something positive, because Gemini's all over the place. The mailman, tell him something positive. The grocery store lady that's checking you out, tell her something positive. And bada bing, bada boom, that positive little speech here and there to everyone you see creates a wave of momentum for people to want to be around you and want to give to you. Because, right, that Gemini is also a networking sign, like the 11th house. So, your blessings definitely can come through what you're saying. People are listening to you. Make sure you're leaving a positive impact on the ears of people that are listening to you. Say, they used to have a thing that says, let everything that come out of your mouth minister grace to the hearer. You should add the grace test. The grace test is not if you belong to a particular religion. The grace test is what's coming out of your mouth going to uplift someone, empower someone, encourage someone. And if it is, then let's talk about it. If it's not, it doesn't pass the test, guess what? I'm not going to speak it. Why? Because my Jupiter in Gemini, my Jupiter in the third house says I need to keep quick momentum by staying positive everywhere I go. And then you don't have to talk about it for an hour, because third house is quick. So just little quick acknowledgments to everyone you see, something positive. And you can talk about anything else you want, but a quick acknowledgement constantly. Anytime the idea of giving God or the universe thanks falls into your head, quickly say it and move on to the next thing. And you'll see your attitude change. And you can just go, like you get that Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter in the 12th house, right? Listen to your dreams. If you're trying to get direction, remember, we're looking, miracles. Miracles, right? We want miracles. So many people are like, God, show me what to do. Show me what to do. You got that Jupiter in Pisces or in the 12th house. Listen to your intuition. Listen to that still small voice that whispers to your heart. It's going to be that calm, reassuring presence, right? We want the present, the physical goodies of God in the universe. But to get the goodies of God, we need his presence, her presence, the ultimate, our higher self is very present being in our heart, and it will lead the presence that we desire. So Pisces, you definitely want to pay attention to your dreams. Spirit will speak to you in your dreams. Why? Because 12th house rules dreams. Pisces is about dreams. When you have a dream and you wake up from that dream, act upon it. You had a dream and it said, hey, you should call this person. Then call them. If your intuition's saying that, if you had a dream about somebody, pick up the phone. You were on my mind. You're going to see that you have a very compassionate faith, the more you're compassionate, the more that you're helping the less fortunate, the more doors of opportunity is going to open up for you, Jupiter in Pisces or Jupiter in the 12th. And so this can go on, but the video's getting long, and you know how long it takes to upload. So where is your Jupiter? What sign is it in? What house is it in? Look up the themes of that house. If you do the themes of that house, you'll have more opportunity and luck come your way. If you do the themes of the zodiac sign, you will see more opportunity come that way too if your Jupiter's in that zodiac sign or your Jupiter's in that house. And do that theme, do that character trait with the prayer of faith in your heart, with an attitude of positivity, and with an expectation that, because Jupiter is so big and so expansive, that if you put a little effort in the character traits of the zodiac sign that Jupiter is in, that it's going to go a long ways to making you feel a lot better and actually creating momentum and miracles and healing and blessings. Have the faith in it. Hey, if you'd like to know where your Jupiter is, or you want to talk about what the universe would want you to do, you can get a coaching call with me. I have half an hour coaching calls and hour coaching calls where I talk to clients all over the world about what's going on in their life and what they need to know to reach their highest good and make their greatest impact. Whether you got questions about love or your career, go to thebirthdaycoach.com. Thebirthdaycoach, that's me, thebirthdaycoach.com, and you can schedule a half an hour or an hour reading. Great to do when it gets close to your birthday, because we look at what's going on the whole year ahead for you. All right, everyone, expect a blessing and be a blessing.